it's clearly unjust what the IDF has been doing to the Palestinians, because there's a vast disparity between the number of Palestinians being killed and the number of Israelis.
I mean, I would certainly hope that Israel is killing more Hamas
This isn't
members.
a conflict. This isn't a conflict. This is one-sided ethnic cleansing.
So, again, I'm just asking you, if based on the numbers, more Germans died than Brits in World War II, did that mean that the British were wrong in World War II? Because they did. Many more Germans died than Brits. Based on the numbers, does that mean that Britain was wrong in World War II?
Britain wasn't bombing civilians.
Israeli HASBARA seeks to argue the case for a sovereign Jewish state on its ancient ancestral lands. Like other Israeli endeavors, it faces an increasingly hostile world. HASBARA means explanation, and much to the dismay of those who have invested countless hours explaining what should be obvious, most of the world refuses to listen. It seems that the more we explain, the weaker our case becomes. Why is this? The implication is that our existence is still open to debate. If our case is so sound, why should it even be argued? Has any other nation or people had to defend their basic right to exist? Have the nations of Europe or Asia ever felt the need to lobby other world powers to grant them legitimacy? Of course not. That is because they perceive themselves as fully legitimate and deserving of everything that they have. They will never justify anything. They will never explain. They will never apologize. To many outside the Middle East, the endless conflict between Israel and its enemies is a mystery. If the Israeli military is capable of defeating its adversaries on the field of battle, why is the State of Israel incapable of projecting the idea of its legitimacy? Time and again, Israeli leadership, suffering from a deep psychological disorder acquired in 2 millennia of wandering in the wilderness of the diaspora, have quickly fallen back into their familiar mode of supplication. But the victor must never beg or bargain. He must coerce the losing side into accepting the new reality. This is how nations, how peoples behave, at least if they want to be taken seriously. But if they begin to rationalize their position, they immediately discredit themselves. It is a law of nature. The stronger man doesn't need to explain himself. Truth and reason may be on your side, but once you start to justify yourself, you have already lost. Perhaps not in the battle of steel, fire, and blood, but in the battle of ideas. Israeli HASBARA is a mental disorder, imprinted onto the brains of a scattered people, in flight from one kingdom to the next, begging rulers and tyrants for a stamp of legitimacy. But now at last, the Jews are gathered in a kingdom of their own, and they must stop begging. They must stop explaining. They must stop apologizing. For their weakness is only in their minds, and their strength is clear as day.